Oh, for the Mackinac Island area, for the whole area up there, all the way up from Chicago. When you have 300 or plus boats and their crews and their families, it's just a terrific tourism thing.
Now, what is your well? You talked about Tobermory as your favorite float. What are your favorite harbors in the Great Lakes?
Oof. Well, I'd have to say Mackinac Island would be one.
Is that just because the access to the areas, or the folks, or the beauty?
It's just because it's an island, and they have the island itself is the horses and all of that kind of stuff. Traverse City, I like Traverse City.
Didn't that marina turn out nice? Just absolutely, what a great enhancement.
Our state has done a great job in doing that. Those are all built with the boaters' money, actually, because it's a user pay system. That particular one is so nice to just sit there and you can walk downtown. It's just great.
I live about 3 blocks from there, and so I have the opportunity to run by there probably once a week, and it's fun to see the different boats that come in, because there's permanent slips there that people can get, but then there's also these transients, which are people that are on the cruises that you talked about, and it's so interesting to see the different types of the boats that are in the fleet out there. It's amazing.
Well, those harbors, once they're constructed by the boaters in the state of Michigan, they're tourist attractions. A tourist may be driving from Chicago to wherever, or Ohio to wherever, but almost invariably, if there's a harbor there, tourists will just go by and walk down talk to the people on the boats, and they're not even boaters. They're tourists.
So we got Traverse City, Mackinac Island.
Traverse City, Mackinac. One of my favorites is in downtown Detroit.
Really?
Yes. We have a state park in downtown Detroit, and it contains a marina. Park there to watch the Detroit fireworks, or you can park there, and all of the restaurants in Detroit now offer shuttle services from the marina, the casinos. It's become a tourist destination in itself.
Wow. Well, that's from a Northern Michigan perspective, a lot of us don't get down to Detroit, but that's kind of a unique way to go about it. What are some of the challenges that we're facing in the industry for the future?
Well, economically, of course, we're facing the challenges, and the discretionary expenditures that boaters have, in some areas is going to diminish. So that's one of the challenges we're looking at. But I think boaters generally adjust to that. When we found over the years, in my experience, that one of the last things that a family will let go is their boat.
Really?
And they may have to park it. Maybe the gasoline price is too high, and they can't enjoy it as much as they'd like.
Now, do most boats use like a regular gasoline? Or is it a special kind of blend?
Well, there's gasoline and diesel fuel.
So their costs are up, and that's got to have an impact on things.
Sure, it does. It's like we're all thinking about, well, do I walk to the grocery store, or do I drive now? It's going to have a big impact on us for a while in Michigan and all over the country.
Okay, so we've got the fuel prices. Any other are they coming up with more efficient engines, or is there some industry research going on in that area?
There is. The engine manufacturers are working on a continuous basis to develop a better economic engine, and they're doing that. The diesel engines are now being made so that they can handle different diesel fuels, biodiesels they're called. And that's their biggest challenge from the manufacturing side, is to meet those economics that we have to have.
Okay, very good. And then sort of from the manufacturing perspective, and I know you handle most dealers, we've got maybe 1 or 2 manufacturers of boats in the state?
Oh, we have, with 2 major manufacturers, our Four Winds up at Cadillac, which I think
just borders our district,
Yeah. And we have the Tierras from the Slickers family over in Grand
Haven or Holland or someplace down there.
Holland. And we have just a ton of smaller manufacturers, pontoon manufacturers, canoe manufacturers. I think in total there was somewhere like 60 or 70 boat manufacturers
Really?
registered
Okay.
with the Coast Guard.
So like, do you know who makes canoes in the state of Michigan? Do you remember?
Oh, there's one company up in Tawas, I believe, and
Yeah.
I can't think of the name
Okay.
of it right
All right.
offhand, but
So-
they're still there.
But they can go to your website, and if they want to find out anything,
mbia.org.
very good. Well, this concludes another session of our Northern Michigan Update. Ray, we really appreciate you being part of this morning. It's
Thank you.
It's very, very helpful.
Good to be here.
If you're interested at all in accessing the boating industry, which is another area that is just so special for our region, what's the website again?
mbia.org.
Great. And you can also contact our office at the address listed below. Thanks, Ray.
Thank you, sir.
This is State Senator Jason Allen, and as we enjoy northern Michigan's lakes, make sure we're safe this summer. Make sure your boat has a personal flotation device for everyone on the boat, and that all children under the age of 13 wear a PFD at all times while on the water. Your boat needs to have a fire extinguisher on board that is in working order. And of course, don't operate a boat under the influence of alcohol. Michigan has stiff penalties for those operating a boat under the influence. If we follow these guidelines, we'll enjoy a safe, fun-filled summer.